And then what is our reasoning for that?
Because inhaling the lavender reduces stress, which then, and we know stress impairs the immune system.
Excellent. So we know that inhaling lavender has measurable physiological effects that tend to reduce stress. And we know that having intense stress can make worsen your immune system, which makes you more likely to be sick. So then we're trying to conclude that getting sick is like people that we're trying to conclude that people that inhale the scent of lavender get sick less often, right?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of question is this?
Assumption.
Yep, what kind of assumption question?
Necessary.
Yep. And so what do we like what is our goal of a necessary assumption question?
So basically the right answer should I guess should make the conclusion more true, or
Wait, no. That's sufficient. It's like sufficient assumption starts with an S. So sufficient is like a super strengthened question.
okay.
Necessary starts with any. So it's
Okay.
just something that's needed for a conclusion to even have a chance.
So it just brings us closer, not
Not
necessarily
even
all the way
well, it
there.
does bring us closer, but without it, our argument would fall apart. So, for
Okay.
example, if I said, I live in Ohio, therefore I hate Michigan, a necessary assumption is that I live in the US, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if I don't live in the US, I can't live in Ohio. So that destroys our argument.
Okay, so necessary is
Something,
stronger.
no, necessary is very, very mild.
Okay.
Necessary, sufficient is like a super strengthened. So sufficient, we want very strong.
Okay.
Necessary is what the bare minimum needed. So if I said
Okay.
it's hot outside, therefore we should get ice cream.
Okay.
Do I need it to be true that all people like ice cream or just some people like ice cream?
Some.
Some. So we want mild answer choices. Like we don't need all people to like ice cream for our conclusion to be true here.
Okay.
We just need at least one person needs to like ice cream, right?
Okay.
Go get ice cream. So necessary, we want mild. We tend to want mild answer choices. So go ahead and read A out loud, please.
Many, if not all, of the scents that have a tendency to reduce susceptibility to illness do so at least in part by reducing stress. I wouldn't choose that one because it's talking about other scents and we're just talking
Yeah.
about lavender.
Excellent. We don't need that to be true. All right, go on.
B, some people who
What does
regularly,
sub mean?
some is at least one.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Go on and read it.
Some people who regularly inhale the scent of lavender would otherwise be under enough stress to impair their immune systems. That's a contender. I would consider that.
Okay. Keep going.
C, at least some people who use the scent of lavender to induce relaxation and reduce stress are no more susceptible to illness than average. Maybe.
Okay.
D, in anyone for whom the scent of lavender reduces susceptibility to illness, it does so primarily by reducing stress. So I wouldn't choose that one because
Right.
we don't.
Primarily is way too strong.
Right.
Excellent.
E, reduced stress diminishes susceptibility to illness only for people who are under enough stress to impair their immune system to at least some degree. I wouldn't choose it based on the fact that they said only for people who aren't under enough stress.
Right. Maybe it's for everybody.
Yeah.
Even those whose like immune systems generally work better than others. Maybe it still helps them.
Right.
All right, so we're between B and C. So whenever I'm debating between two, and before I like waste a lot of time reading a lot about them, I go back to my conclusion to make sure I'm focused on it. It is likely that the incidence of illness among those who regularly inhale the scent of lavender is reduced by inhaling the scent of lavender. What has to be true that for that conclusion to even have a chance?
I'm not sure. To me, those two are almost similar in a way.
So let's look at B, for example. Okay, let's look at C. At least one person who uses the scent of lavender to induce relaxation, so to increase relaxation and reduce stress, are no more susceptible to illness than average. So what if people who are, so what if people, let's negate it. What if these people are more susceptible to illness than average? Does that mean just because they're more susceptible to illness, does that mean that lavender cannot help them?
No.
No, maybe that's why they're using it, is because they are more susceptible to illness.
Okay.
And then let's look at B, where it says some people who regularly inhale the scent would otherwise be under enough stress to impair their immune system. If we negated this and we said would not be, so like these people, what if there was no people that like are under enough stress that it would immune their system? So then what would be the point of inhaling lavender?
Yeah. So when I was looking at that one, I was thinking,
It's really dumb. It's a really dumb answer.
it is. I was just thinking,
Like if nobody who regularly sniffs lavender has enough stress in their life to impair their immune system, then how can we determine if the lavender is doing anything or not if they have no stress to start with?
right. Or I was thinking like, how do we know like what amount of stress or what level of stress it takes to impair your immune system? I don't know.
We don't need to know, but we need there to be somewhat of a difference so that the lavender can actually be the thing that's reducing it.
Yeah. Okay.